Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, August 25th. A nice start to the week here in the Mid-Atlantic region. High pressure dominates the scene and will continue to do so right into the middle part of the week. A weak cool frontal system should move through the Mid-Atlantic region Wednesday night. Could spark a few showers and thunderstorms, and then more refreshing air will follow that frontal system passage for the latter part of the week. Meanwhile, well off the southeast U.S. coastline, tropical storm Cristobal formed yesterday. It looks like it'll stay east of the coastline over the next several days as it meanders off the east coast. It certainly can reach hurricane status within the next 24 to 48 hours or so. But again, it looks like it'll stay off the east coast before making a turn to the north and east later in the week, away from the U.S. coastline and into the open Atlantic. Well, let's start off by looking at the current surface map. And again, high pressure that had its origins in Canada is dominating the scene here in the northeastern quadrant of the country and will continue to do so right into Wednesday. It's sending a nice cool air mass right down into the I-95 corridor with low-level northeast winds. High temperatures today will struggle to pass 80 degrees in many parts of the Mid-Atlantic region, perhaps a low 80s around D.C. and Philadelphia, a few degrees below normal for this time of the year. Temperatures this morning starting off in the cooler than normal upper 50s to lower 50s. Meanwhile, out in the middle part of the country, the next cool frontal system making its way felt across the northern plains. It will continue to move south and east, and looks like it'll move into the Mid-Atlantic region on Wednesday night. Here's the latest nationwide infrared satellite imagery loop from the SSEC Wisconsin website. First of all, tropical storm Cristobal down in this region right here. It's kind of just meandering around right now. Will continue to do so over the next couple of days. Tendency will be to move in this direction right here before it starts to accelerate to the northeast out into the open Atlantic by the latter part of the week. Again, all indications right now are that it look like it will stay east of the U.S. coastline over the next several days, although it can reach hurricane status in the next 24 to 48 hours. Way out in the southwest here we have Hurricane Marie. That'll continue to move to the north and west and stay away from the U.S. west coastline. Meanwhile, across the northern plains, some showers and thunderstorms associated with this next frontal system, but high pressure here in the northeast will dominate over the next couple of days with plenty of sunshine both today and tomorrow. Well, here's another look at Tropical Storm Cristobal. This is from the Penn State EWOL site. It's a colorized infrared imagery loop, and you can see it here kind of stationary, or perhaps even dropping a little bit to the south over the last several frames here over the Bahama Islands. Again, it looks like over the next few days it'll gradually turn to the north and stay off the east coast and then accelerate to the northeast later this week out into the open Atlantic. Again, it's a tropical storm right now with sustained winds at around 60 miles per hour. It certainly can reach hurricane status 1 over the next 24 to 48 hours or so and will continue to be closely monitored. But again, all indications are that it will stay east of the U.S. coastline. Well, let's take a look at some computer forecast maps for the next 4 evenings. This is from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run for this evening, Monday evening. High pressure slides off the northeast coastline, but it's strong enough to continue to dominate the weather picture here in the northeastern quadrant. Plenty of sunshine today and on Tuesday. Comfortable temperatures and humidity levels. And again, by the time Wednesday rolls around, that high will continue to move off the northeast coastline and we'll get into a more humid air mass during the day on Wednesday. Let's now jump ahead to the Tuesday evening forecast map. By Tuesday evening, that high continues to slide slowly off the northeast coastline, but still controls the weather right here in the northeastern part of the country. Cold frontal system bringing some showers and perhaps isolated thunderstorms out to the Ohio Valley by the latter part of Tuesday. Meanwhile, off the east coast, here is Cristobal. At this time, it could very well be a hurricane. Hurricane status 1 is a possibility, but notice, still a few hundred miles off the east coast, and looks like it will not come ashore anywhere along the U.S. East Coast over the next 48 to 72 hours or so. Here's the forecast map from last night's Zero Z GFS model run for Wednesday evening. Cristobal at this time, again, staying off the East Coast, perhaps a hurricane, if not a hurricane, a strong tropical storm at this time, about to start to accelerate to the north and east, even farther away from the U.S. East Coast into the open part of the Atlantic. Meanwhile, a weak frontal system right here cutting across the I-95 corridor could spark a shower or a thunderstorm Wednesday evening, primarily north of the Pennsylvania-Maryland border. Does not look like a heavy rain event, but indeed, look at this, another Canadian high-pressure system that drops southeast from Western Canada over the Great Lakes by Wednesday evening, and that should push yet another refreshing air mass into the northeast, the mid-Atlantic and the northeast for the latter part of the week. In fact, let's now jump ahead to the Thursday evening forecast map. And here we go. By Thursday evening, that high pressure moves across the Great Lakes into the northeast. Again, that had its origins up in the western part of Canada. Will produce another refreshing air mass here in the mid-Atlantic region for the latter part of the week. Temperatures on Friday will struggle to pass 80 degrees, several degrees below normal for this time of the year here in the I-95 corridor. That's it for now. For the SIWeather.com, I'm meteorologist